repeat after me. 一闪一闪亮晶晶. Repeat after me, please. And in your language, please. 一闪一闪亮晶晶，满天都是小星星，挂在天上发光明，好像许多小眼睛。一闪一闪亮晶晶，满天都是小星星。Sing it again, please. In your language, please. 一闪一闪亮晶晶。满天都是小星星，挂在天上放光明，好像许多小月星，一闪一闪亮晶晶，满天都是小星星。And give yourself a big applause, please. Okay, we are going to have our special forum to this afternoon. And Weruche, you can come for the first line we have.
Hi everyone. Breaking barriers, empowering children through performing arts education and storytelling.
We're delighted to have this opportunity to share our initiative with you all. How to break down barriers and use performing arts education and storytelling to help impoverish children.
I am one of today's organizers, and I'm the founder and president of Weruche Inspires International, an arts and culture nonprofit organization that is focused on empowering women, girls, immigrants.
Yeah, Weruche is a published author with master's degree in journalism from Quinnipiac University and Human Rights Studies from Columbia University in New York City. And could you please speak by yourself?
I have represented UNA USA and served as a delegate of the Albert Schweitzer Institute. And I currently am a commissioner on the Human Rights Commission in Hampton, and I serve on the board of Integrated Refugee and Immigrant Services.
Yes, and I am the organizer too. My name is Anne. I'm the director of Noctilucent Grace Association, and twice a year we conduct gift-giving activities. In December, Christmas, shoe box love sharing, and the June graduation gifts for students. And our initial intention was, what can we do for children in remote areas? We look forward to more possibilities, allowing a blessing for underprivileged children.
Anne graduated from Taiwan Tech with a major in information management, and now she's a marketing deputy manager for Kingway Technology. Previously, she worked as a performing artist for 5 years, and has had performances that include being a musical performer at the National Theater, an actor as an lecturer in schools and NGOs, particularly for economically disadvantaged children, sharing with them how to cultivate confidence and charisma through performing arts.
This time at NGOCSW 68, we held two forums related to PAE, Performing Arts Education Can Help. Underprivileged children facing a lack of resources and parental support experience low self-confidence and limited career aspirations. NGOs from Taiwan, France, and Nigeria, focusing on music, dance, and drama, will showcase how the performing arts can empower these children to break the cycle of poverty. Likewise, NGOs from the US use arts and culture to explain storytelling techniques to reach a broader audience.
This unique collaboration brings together the passion, expertise, and commitment of two organizations dedicated to making a difference in the lives of children. Together, Weruche Inspires International and Noctilucent Grace Association believe in breaking down barriers, igniting change, and empowering children to dream big, chase their aspirations, and embrace their unique identities.
In this forum, through immersive workshops, captivating storytelling sessions, and vibrant performances, we provide you a new thought of how underprivileged children, or even normal children, could do with a platform to express themselves, explore their creativity, and discover their inner strengths. We unlock the transformative power of performing arts education and storytelling in the lives of children around the world. And here are our starting session for the first speaker, my good partner, Weruche. Her topic is Unveiling Cultural Identity, the journal of discover through storytelling, and that will come Weruche. Okay, let me count down how many people we have here. Just could you please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And we have 30 people here, so we have more than 50 people here. Give us applause. And we have a lot of people from Taiwan, and you are from
Switzerland.
Wow.
I'm from Switzerland originally, but I live in New York.
Oh, I see. And you saw them their performance.
Flushing, Taiwan Center. I saw them on Sunday. Excellent performance.
Wow, you're fans. Hey, your fans are here. Say hi. She was there in Flushing. And yeah, thanks for coming. Thank you so much. Okay. Here Weruche will give us a great speech.
Sure.
Give her an applause, please.
Hi everyone. So I'm going to focus on a character called Princess Naku, a 15-year-old girl. My topic today is Unveiling Cultural Identity, the journey of discovery through storytelling. That's me, and that's our precious Anne. Storytelling for change. Oh, that's the magic. These are children. Okay, so there's going to be a little technical thing, but we're just going to keep going. So storytelling for change, harnessing the magic of Princess Naku. So I have to start with a story about myself. I'm an immigrant, originally from Nigeria, and I've been in the United States for almost 2 decades now. And so after attending college in Nigeria, over the years, I noticed that, and then I found that there was a gap in education at work. One of the things that I consumed in my kids is the fact that we come home and history, not have a total understanding of African slavery. And then over the years, I would notice my exploration started, based on my interactions with people and at work and school. I have 2 kids as well, and so my kids in school as well would come home and not have a basic understanding of Africa being a continent. And so from there, my exploration started, because I realized that some of our conversations are going to be difficult to have if we don't have a basic understanding of what Africa is, of what the world is, especially for children. And especially for disadvantaged children who lacked the ability to travel outside of their location. And so my journey pretty much began. And so I went to college and I explored a little, studied journalism, studied human rights studies at Columbia University. And then sometime in April of 2021, I was unwell, and so I had to do surgery. And in between pain meds, I had a download, what we call a download. What I now understand is a download. And it just said, write books for children. And so I didn't, because I was, like I said, I was recovering from surgery. And so I took my phone and texted myself the information because I was like groggy, and I texted myself that information and I went back to sleep. And this was in April of 2021. Fast forward, I got into August of 2021, and then somehow I was doing something on my phone and I saw the text message I had sent myself, and I was like, oh wow, that's true, I have this project that I haven't worked on. And so I started trying to, craft, the journey. And then around the same time, my governor in Connecticut just passed a law that Latino studies, Black African studies could now be taught in schools. And so I was so excited, I was really happy. I was like, okay, this really should be my focus. And then I went into my research. I started to research, all the countries in Africa. And I started the writing process. I wrote in 1 year, I wrote 57 children's books in 1 year. Of course, I ended up a carpal tunnel, but that's another story. And so that was the journey that I embarked upon. And then this young girl emerged, this young 15-year-old girl known as Princess Naku. And she had a dream to travel the world and to visit different countries of the world. And she has her grandfather, who is a World War II veteran, and who's been to many of the countries in Africa. So in the series, he becomes her guide, and he teaches her about like all the other countries and what to expect when she goes to each country and the history of each country. And so the entire series takes us on this entire journey where this 15-year-old girl embarks on this journey and encounters Africa, each country in Africa, and she becomes the guide for other students, to learn about Africa. And the importance of storytelling, we know what the importance of storytelling is. Storytelling takes our history and passes it on to the next generation. That is the importance of storytelling. That is the necessity for storytelling, is that we preserve the past, and we carry the past and give it as a gift to our children and generations to come. What is the purpose of a lived life if we cannot share our experiences and share our knowledge and what we now understand as life? Now, unfortunately for disadvantaged children, they lack the resources to explore these wonderful countries of the world. And so it becomes essential that storytelling becomes the route, the vehicle, the tool that we use to transport them into these worlds. And so that's what Princess Naku does. And that's Princess Naku. I chose for her to be darker skinned because, again, when we talk about racism, especially in the West, there's racism against the darker skin. And so I wanted to normalize the dark skin. It is not evil. It is not it's not bad. There are people that are darker skinned. You find them in Asia, you find them in India, you find them in Africa, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And a lot of the students that I've spoken to, a lot of the girls that I've spoken to who are darker skinned, there's a joy in their hearts when I speak to them, because it's almost like they can now see themselves in books, where normally they didn't have that opportunity. They were only seeing either lighter skinned Black kids or white people. And another part of my journey took me to substitute teaching in schools. And so when I would go to schools, I would talk to the kids. I noticed during their lunch break or something, the little Black girls, they'll be like maybe just 2 or 3, little dark-skinned Black girls would always be huddled in the corner, and then they would wave at me, And for me, it was really it moved me a lot, because it was clear that, number one, we don't have enough Black teachers, And so when they come to school, they don't have representation. They don't see themselves. They don't see themselves in the books. They don't see themselves in their teachers. And so it became like a mission for Princess Nako to go on this journey to enlighten the world that, yes, America has a dark history based on slavery. However, that should not be the only story we're telling. We need to soften the stories. We need to begin to talk about the joy, the culture, the food, the travel, the people, and the different ethnic groups that exist in Africa. And so that was what the journey, that's what Princess Nako has been focused on pretty much. These are all the books that I wrote in 1 year. I had to, go in deep with my research, and so I could cover every single region and territory of Africa. Africa has 54 countries and 2 disputed territories, and so I had, some of the information, some of the research, was a bit more difficult to embark upon because there's not as much information out there, but we were able to get enough information to start off the process, and to teach the children, to understand the lay of the land of Africa. And some of the children in these stories are African American children. That's actually a lady from Asia. And so I was saying that to say that even older people that I have engaged with are actually really, engrossed in the books and the stories. Even though it's a children's book series, but you find that a lot of older people find a lot of information that they didn't even know about Africa. And so I find that when I'm talking to the parents, when I'm talking to the children, I'm also talking to the parents. And so especially African American children are happy to learn about different countries, different regions like Egypt and Nigeria. And when I put the series out, I wasn't even done with the 57 books. And I got an email, I got a message on my Facebook. And there was a lady, she emailed me and she said, "Hi, how can I get a bunch of your books?" And so I was like, "Oh, they're on Amazon and all of that." And she's like, "Because I just found out I'm from the Bioko Paradise region." I got emotional, I cried, because for me it's like, I was just willy-nilly just trying to create something without realizing that there are people out there that actually are going through their own journey of maybe understanding ancestry and understanding their heritage. And so in her own world, she was probably just researching, she had just done her DNA, and she was probably just researching, and then found my book popped up on the internet, and she wanted to reach out, she reached out to me to get more information. And so for me, it became, I became aware of the fact that it's not really just me writing, it's a service, because there are people who are out there trying to connect the dots and all of that. Again, if you tie that back to slavery, these are the effects of slavery, but we want to get to a time in America or even in the world where we're not looking at slavery, we're not trying to ignore slavery or say it was good, but we want to get past slavery and we want to begin to have more conversations about that region so that that region becomes more familiar to other people, and in a safe way, in a fun way, in an exciting way. And so that's kind of the whole story about it. The little girls had a lot of amazing things to say when they read some of the books. And yeah, it ties to empowering marginalized communities. The fact that some of these books are now in some libraries in my state, but not in all libraries. And so again, it ties to the fact that the books are not accessible. Some kids don't have the knowledge. You have states like Texas where they banned African American books. It's banned in some states, and so you find that you realize it's not going to be as easy. It's going to be quite an uphill battle to get to educate kids. We're not trying to indoctrinate them. We're simply trying to make them aware of the world around them. You know, it's as simple as understanding that Africa is a continent with different regions, and so we instill pride of ancestry when they go on their journey, whenever it is they choose to maybe do DNA ancestry or not do DNA ancestry, maybe they just want to travel. A basic understanding of the world is essential, and that's our mission, pretty much. And so, yeah, that's Princess Naku, and of course, doing this creates a more inclusive society where everybody feels like they belong. Now, Latin American students in my state are happy to go to school and see and talk about Latino history. African American students are happy to discuss African history. It shouldn't be that way only in Connecticut. It should be that way across the how many states of America and across, the world, really. Let's start to approach those conversations. And in conclusion, storytelling is our duty to the next generation. Like I said at the beginning of this, it's important that we, let the young ones know where we're coming from, and that's how it helps them put in perspective where we're going and have an appreciation for everyone. Okay? And thank you. That's my.
Thank you, Weruche. Actually, we have a partnership because of NGOCSW. So I think it's really, to me, it's a pretty new experience. I'm so happy to have you. Thanks.